Have you ever copied a JavaScript function, ran it again, and suddenly this became undefined? The code looks almost identical, but the result completely changes. This confuses beginners and even experienced developers. The good news, there are only a few simple rules. Today we'll discover every one of them by building a JavaScript playground together, no memorization required. Instead of looking at disconnected examples, we're building one playground that demonstrates every important this rule. Every button teaches one concept, and you'll be able to experiment with it yourself. Global this. Let's start with the easiest rule. At the top level of a browser script, this refers to the global object. Let's prove it. Now change the script to a JavaScript module. Undefined. Modern JavaScript modules don't use the browser's global object as their top-level this. That's one reason many modern projects behave differently from older tutorials. Object methods. Now let's create our first object. Don't worry about the rule yet, just watch what happens. The object called the function, so this became the object. Now let's intentionally break it. Undefined. The function didn't change. The caller changed. That's the most important idea in today's lesson. This usually depends on how a function is called, not where it's written. Event listeners. Now let's build something interactive. Click the button. Notice that this refers to the button element. That's why we can immediately change its color and text. Arrow functions. Now replace the regular function with an arrow function. Nothing else changes. What do you think will happen? Surprise! Arrow functions don't create their own this, they inherit it from the surrounding scope. That's why React developers often use arrow functions. They preserve the surrounding context instead of creating a new one. Let's use what we've learned to build a small profile card. Name updates. Let's create a bug you'll probably see in real projects. Open Chrome DevTools, set a breakpoint, and inspect the value of this. This is exactly how professional developers debug JavaScript. We can permanently attach the correct object using bind. Works. Bind creates a new function where this is permanently set. You'll often see this in older code bases and interview questions. The last rule is simple. Both call and apply let you choose what this should be when the function runs immediately. The only difference is how arguments are passed. Sarah London, Sarah Paris. Before we finish, here's the entire lesson on one screen. If you can explain this table without looking at your notes, you've mastered today's topic. You can also download today's key takeaway summary, source code, coding challenge, quiz, and code snippets from the video description. A very common interview question is, what determines the value of this? A strong answer is, this depends on how a function is called. Arrow functions inherit this from their surrounding scope. If you can explain that with a few examples, you'll stand out in junior JavaScript interviews. If this finally made JavaScript click, subscribe because the next lesson builds directly on it. Comment below, which this rule surprised you the most? Next, we'll use these skills to build real-world features with objects and arrays. See you there.